Well, Dark Pictures fans, the new trailer is out, we've got a release date, heard the first lines of dialogue from the curator in the game, and who cares about any of that, because monster reveal. That's right, the good folks over at Supermassive Games are taking zero chances this time. The monsters are real, the design looks fantastic, and they're selling an edition of the game where you get a model of one. Yes, please. Now, other than the monster design, the trailer doesn't show us a ton of stuff we haven't seen already. But it all seems damn cool. Let's go through the video and focus in on a few fun details. The new opening, where they show you pictures from each of the games, is very cool. Also, I choose to believe that they used this moment from Little Hope to reinforce the Zodiac Killer hint. Still no fangs on the logo, sadly. The curator has himself a statue of Pazuzu. Presumably, this will be placed on his desk next to the distributor cap and Cornhusk doll, which represent the first two games in the series. In this shot, we can see an old-style floodlight, presumably from the archaeological expedition which disappeared back in the 40s. I hope that's a temp font at the top left of the screen, because it looks like garbage compared to the traditional Dark Pictures font you see at the bottom left. In the briefing scene, we'll be controlling Eric. Will he have a confrontation with Rachel about how bad the CIA's information about WMDs is, or is he a true believer? Well, that's pretty obviously Daniel from Little Hope on the right. This is our first good look at Jason Kolchak's iconic Remember 9/11 hat. Expect these to turn up in the Bandai Namco store on the 31st of February. Note that the briefing is taking place inside an ancient building of some kind, full of crumbling marble columns. We're being shown that even before they get to the temple where the game is set, the American troops are already inhabiting a place that they have no right to be in. At this point, we get a telling piece of dialogue.
We're gonna psyop this shit.
In this context, that likely means to burst in with such sudden violence that everyone will be so frightened and off balance, they won't be able to do anything but comply. Which is a little ironic, given what the monsters will proceed to do to the soldiers. Check out the nasty fall this Iraqi soldier takes, hitting the edge of the mouth as he falls through it. Also, a buried statue of a god king's face has a real Ozymandias vibe. Great shots here of the archaeologists' camp. Look at the age-worn crates and canvas tents. Nice design on display. Finally, we get a sense of the scale of these monsters. Up until now, we haven't seen them interacting with anyone. As you can see, based on the size of the hand grabbing that guy's leg, the monster's arm has to be over 4 feet long. This makes it seem like a bunch of soldiers will survive the drop and get killed at the opening. Here's two shooting at something, and then one of them gets dragged off by a monster. This looks a lot like the shot from the first trailer, only now you can see Jason's face. It seems like we're going to get an action scene at some point where Nick tries to use an old radio to call for help, while Jason holds off the monsters. I hope that scenes in which characters try to call for help on massively outdated radio equipment becomes like a running gag in this series, and every game going forward has one. And finally, here's the big one. The first appearance of the Bat Monsters that will be the game's main antagonists. And please note that this Echo Boy has every right to be ticked off. Based on the number of bones lying around, this scene seems to be taking place inside its lair. That's everything I saw in the new trailer. If you noticed anything interesting or have theories of your own, drop them in the comments section below the video. I've been the Hidden Object Guru, thanks for watching. Special thanks to Marissa and Desire for their patronage. We'll see you back here for more Dark Pictures videos, but until then I'm going to say that's right, au revoir.